Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's 8th and P in the Haymarket.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyd Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoydFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
MWA Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln Friday night, March 7th at the First Avenue Social Hall, and in Beatrice at the Beatrice Auditorium on Saturday night, March 8th at 7 p.m. Don't miss 2 huge shows. Visit Facebook.com/MWA Pro Wrestling for more information. Tickets are on sale for both events. Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. First Avenue Social Hall in Lincoln. Saturday night, March 8th at the Beatrice Auditorium, 7 p.m. Brought to you by 10 Pins Fun Center, Felipe Electric, and Stone Hollow Brewing Company.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 9th, enjoy USDA Choice whole boneless ribeye loins for $13.99 per pound. Cut and wrapped for free. All natural bone and thick cut pork chops, $1.99 per pound. All natural hand cut loin back pork ribs, $3.99 per pound. And carbless canned cocktails, $7.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. A new week is upon us. Nick Sainert has his voice ready to go. It's the biggest week of the year.
I would not say it's the biggest week of the year. That might be a little bit of a stretch.
The biggest 2 weeks of the year.
Sure, we'll go with that.
What girls teams made it to the state tournament?
Well, a lot of them. So I'm guessing
putting you on the spot.
I'm guessing you're referring to teams from Lincoln. So obviously, sorry, that was kind of funny. So Lincoln, Jay and I saw Lincoln North Star on Friday night. They were able to win their district final. So Lincoln North Star is the 4 seed. Then that's the only Lincoln team in Class A that made it for the girls' side of things.
Was Lincoln?
Go ahead.
Lincoln North Star.
North Star.
Okay.
Lincoln North Star was the only girls' team to make it. They're the 4 seed, at least in Class A. In Class B, you have Pius X, who is the number 2 seed. So Lincoln Pius X is in there. In Class C1, Lincoln Christian is the number 1 seed in Class C1 action. So really, I mean, for the capital city, there's about 1 team in each of the first 3 classes that are going to be representing the capital city. Obviously, you have teams like Waverly is in there, York is in there, I believe, as well. Norris girls basketball made it with a district final victory. So there's a couple of close to or surrounding area flavor, but in terms of teams just from the capital city, Lincoln North Star, Lincoln Pius X, and then Lincoln Christian are the 3 seeds that are representing their classes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the NSAA bracket right now, and it's going to be Bennington is always in there. It seems like, man, they're 21-4. Sydney, it's going to be a good one. Waverly made it too as well.
That's true.
Class B, Waverly's in there. York, Lincoln Christian, North Bend, Gothenburg, Bridgeport, Minden, SCOTUS, Milford.
That's right. Milford had a nice little run.
23-1.
Yeah, Milford had a nice little run this year. They're the 3 seed. Guys, I mean, I was just, hold on. I wish I should have brought my paper in here. I just prepped for a Class A game this morning between Millard West and Millard South because I took care of some of the Class B stuff yesterday. Class A is kind of on my docket for today. And I was looking at the Millard West season. Obviously, Millard West, they have the 2 Gessert sisters, both of them going to be going to Creighton, Neely and Nora Gessert. Really, really talented players.
And they've been starting forever because that name has been there for seemed like 8 years.
Their names are all over the Millard West record books, but I was looking at their district games. Guys, get this. So Millard West was the number 1 overall seed, obviously, in Class A. They won the state championship last year over Bellevue West. They faced Omaha Burke in the first game of this district semis. They won 93-29.
Goodness.
Run rule.
And then in the district final against Lincoln Southeast, they won 72-29.
Over who?
Lincoln Southeast.
Oh,
that's Raff's old stomping grounds.
Oh.
But guys, I mean, get that in a district tournament, they allowed just 29 points both games. One of them came to Omaha Burke, where they scored 93, and the next one was Lincoln Southeast, where they scored 72. So, I mean, obviously, I hate to say it because it's not really great analysis, but if I had to pick somebody to win the Class A title, it's probably going to be Millard West because they are just so dominant and they shoot it so well.
This is cool. Jessica from Milford, good morning. She goes, my kids go to Dorchester. The Lady Longhorns made it to state. Congratulations to you, man.
Right.
Big Bird, good morning. Goes, Milford has made it for the first time in over 20 years.
That's right.
Big Bird, congrats. Because that's why I seen that. I was like, I remember Milford making it in basketball in a long time. So first time in 20 years. Congratulations to the team and the whole community out there.
So I wonder if that's why I always think about that when I was like first time in 20 years. Do you think that they knew like 6 years ago watching those girls play, like, I don't even know what it is now, YMC ball or whatever. If they were like,
well, you know, it would be more like AAU on the AAU circuit.
But like 6-7 years ago,
where they could like for middle school,
where they could like look at those girls and be like, yep, that'll probably be the first team in 20 years. You know,
well, I think right now, Raff, it's unique and Nick as well in that all the kids stay at that school.
Yeah.
You know, will that kid get up going to maybe coming to Lincoln to go to school because you can do a lot of things now. So it's cool that they did. I'm sure they saw that, Raff.
Yeah.
If they can keep them all together.
Yeah, if there was like core girls there, it's like that group's going to be really good.
Well, you think about this similar when about 8 years ago when John Goodwin and Chad Case and those guys had that Lincoln team.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
And all those guys ended up going to Lincoln High.
Yep.
And they stayed together. And Lincoln High had one of the best runs they've had since probably 93, 94, something as far as that goes. They can keep them all together.
Yeah.
And they were able to do that. But yeah, that's rare in this day and age, man, with open where the kids can go to any school they want to. So
well, we're seeing that in football. Like Millard South football right now kind of went through it for the positive where they were able to get a guy like Chase Lofton, who ended up going to Florida State, you know, to continue his college career, to transfer from Elkhorn North. And you add a team like Millard South already had in football, and you add, a top, 150 recruit in the country, and you add in a couple other 4-stars and a couple other guys that are going to go to college, and it just becomes dominant to where, guys, by the way, also, people might forget this or might not have even realized last year, Millard South football went down to Arizona and played a game.
Yep.
They initially had scheduled a home and home. So an Arizona team was supposed to come up here to Omaha this season. Well, then their old head coach, Millard South's Ty Wisdom, he left to go coach down in Arizona. And now they scheduled a team. They're going to be going out to Vegas week 1. Millard South will be traveling out to Vegas in week 1 of the football season to play a team from Las Vegas.
Jay Jackson, good childhood friend of ours. Families go back a long way, but Acom and Troy Bothy, our buddies, went down to that game to watch Jay's son play in Arizona. And Jay just sent us a message today. If you guys can make it, come to Vegas and check out the team as we play team in Vegas. I think it's cool they get to test themselves into a place across.
It's really cool
across the country like that. But Nick, you got a full plate in front of you, man. Class C2, Johnson Brock, GACC, Elkhorn Valley, and Cross County. You got Crofton and UTN squaring it up. Oakland and Craig versus Homer. Pender, Coach Bush's old place.
That's the first game of the week for us.
Yeah,
9 a.m. on Wednesday.
9 a.m. versus Howells Dodge at 17-9. Superior takes on Alma at 10:45 a.m. Then you got Elm Creek. These are your Class D1. Elm Creek takes on Diller Odell. Then you got Southwest High School, not Lincoln Southwest, but takes on Cedar Catholic. And then you'll have Shelton take on Wilcox Hildreth. Dorchester versus Silver Lake. Man, Dorchester's 23-2.
Yep.
Goodness gracious. FCSH takes on El Myrna.
They're a team familiar with it. Fall City Sacred Heart.
Yes.
Very familiar.
They're always
very familiar with the state tournament landscape.
Always in there. That's at 8 p.m. on the 6th. And then you have the St. Mary's 24-2 that'll take on Archangel Catholic at 19-7. At 7:45. So Nick, you got a lot of good games, man.
Yeah. So I mean, just to remind people that this week and next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if there's a game being played at Pinnacle Bank Arena, will be on the call for it. So it'll be a combination of myself mostly, and then Jay Foreman, Eric Strickland, Thomas Villianco. Those three will join me from time to time and break down the game, help me break down the game as well. So it's going to be a good time. We got 24 games this week, 24 games next week. So 48 in the next 2 weeks or so, but it's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. It's always a good time. So
yes, it is.
We just park ourselves at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We appreciate, I say it over and over, appreciate the listeners as well. Appreciate the sponsors. We got a lot of interest and excitement for this weekend state tournament. So as long as the snow stays away from being too dangerous and we don't engage severe weather next week, it's going to be a pretty good couple of weeks.
I've got an idea. Next year, Nick, a mobile home, and they park it in front of PBA.
They do not,
and
need
they
to
call
do that.
They call it Nick's mobile home.
The NSAA can't show favoritism.
No, Nick's Nook.
Nick's Nook.
Yeah. No, I'll be in the gated area in the back. How about that one? How about that?
I think
That's
if
a
they
little
just park
safer.
it right out front, and then like the Madden Cruiser, and then when you're not calling games, Nick's out in his little mobile home.
I got a buddy that's actually selling one. So yeah.
Well, I am not buying one. So
John in Southeast Lincoln, good morning to you. He goes, good morning, guys. I worked in Wilbur several years ago, and one year they made it to the state tournament. They received an escort from the sheriff, lights and siren out of town. How
Oh,
great
that's
would that
awesome.
be? That is crazy cool. You know what, John, they actually did that in Sumner,
Yeah.
Nebraska, too.
Yeah.
My nephews made it to the state championship in football when they won it, actually. So that'd be pretty cool to see that. Jesse from Milford. The Lady Longhorns broke the school record for men's and women's all-time winning record that was set in 1932.
Dorchester.
Goodness gracious, man.
There it
That
is.
Awesome, man.
Don't forget, I have family ties in Dorchester.
Yes, you do.
Grandparents live there.
Were they on the 32 team?
They were not. You know what? I shouldn't say no before I know, but I would imagine that the grandma and grandpa Sainer were not on those teams.
They weren't ballers?
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, speaking of ball, you guys, and we got, just in case to remind you, we got Coach Osborne calling in at 10 a.m., so you don't want to miss that. Coach Osborne will be calling at 10 a.m. Ahman will join us at that time as well. So we got a lot of sports to discuss before then. But going back to the combine real quick, gentlemen, boy, it seems like Will Howard struggled awfully bad.
Yeah, it was a rough showing for him. But
yeah, he had a very rough showing out there. And, I was looking at it, and like I said, you look at the threads and you kind of look up, what the commentators were saying, et cetera. And people were asking, well, did the other guys struggle as well? Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, a lot of the guys kind of hitting them where they were going. But
yeah,
I think Will Howard has enough tape.
Well, he'll have his pro day too.
Where pro day.
Where he'll have his receivers that he'd worked with.
Right.
I mean, it's rough because, you want to show the scouts and stuff that you can adjust to different receivers. But yeah, that was interesting. I never seen that many overthrows in one tryout or one combine. That was interesting.
You know what though? Here, go ahead, Nick.
I just think like part of for me specifically, honestly, like he won the national title. I get it that in that setting,
I think he has enough tape.
It's much more of a controlled environment.
Yeah.
I get that. I think there's also something to be said of that he didn't have Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Buka and I like Carnell Tate and Quinshawn Judkins and Trevion Henderson out there next to him as well. That's not who he's throwing to. I think there's something to be said about it is different, and there's an adjustment period throwing to different receivers than what you're used to.
Yeah.
This guy had been throwing to the same wide receivers since the last January.
Tendencies, nuances.
Right. And even when he's practicing for the pro day and getting ready, he's probably doing it with guys that he's more comfortable with and more familiar with. So at the end of the day, I have a tough time knocking him because he showed us when the lights turn on, we were all incredibly impressed with Will Howard. Yeah. I was one that was out on Will Howard halfway through the year saying, I'm not sure this guy's got it. I don't know if this guy they have the talent around him, but they're not going to win because of Will Howard. Mm-hmm. They're going to win because of everybody else around Will Howard. Well, I found myself at the end of the year, eating soap. So,
he, I obviously, like you mentioned, Raff, you don't want to have an outing like that, but I think the powers that be, and I could be totally wrong, but I think the powers that be have seen enough tape on him.
Yeah.
Like you said, he won a natty. You've seen him when he struggled a bit. You go back to Oregon when they played Oregon at Oregon earlier in the year, last year, of course. Then you've seen how he rebounded. Obviously, you don't want that, but I think when he gets back to his own pro day, he'll be just fine. Obviously, you got some eyebrows that raise.
And you've got to balance, that with, like you said, the tape. That's the key of drafting, is trying to find that magic, the in between kind of sort of. Because you've seen some players, they're in the combine, they graded super high, and
right.
You're like, well, I don't know if that necessarily makes them, a top echelon pick in the draft just because of their numbers, but that's where you got to find that balance.
I think, speaking of the combine, is one, we'll talk more about this later, but Isaiah Newer didn't do himself any harm as far as that goes.
He improved.
He improved, man. He ran, I think 4.41 is what he ran up on, 4.42, something like that.
How about Isaiah Bond saying that he's going to break Xavier Worthy's record?
Missed it by that much.
Missed it by 0.3 of a second. So instead of running inside of a 4.2, he runs a 4.41. I do think Isaiah Bond's really good. I think that unfortunately he got kind of in a tough situation with Texas, because they brought in a couple of 5-stars. They brought in that they had a really nice tight end in Gunnar Helm as well. And Quinn Ewers was obviously a situation there. So I think.
Do you think he regrets leaving Alabama?
I don't know. Like I think like what was the.
Well, just for the fact,
what would have been the reason to stay?
Well, I was just thinking more of like legacy. Like he made that catch against Auburn. Does that water that down a little bit? That he went to Texas. I
think people forget that he was at Alabama at times.
Yeah,
I think that's what we're going to start to see is you'll forget that guys started their career and had maybe a really nice year at one place before they went to a next place and did whatever they did, right? Because if in Isaiah Bond's case, right, if Isaiah Bond goes to Texas and has a tough career, we're looking at him the way we do now. But if he goes and has an incredible year, then we're talking about, wow, what a job he did transferring to Texas. And lit up that program. So it's tough because obviously Alabama's got their own stars on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And so you don't get it very often where you have, in that wide receiver room that they had where it was like Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Smith. You don't get that very often.
That was probably the greatest, in my opinion.
Or was it Jameson Williams? Somebody was included in that where it's just like.
That was loaded.
That's wild.
Offense, that wide receiver room was probably the most talented I had ever seen before. I mean, you can go to the Miami days back in the day, but still, these guys were all first rounders. Ridiculous. Husker P, good morning. He goes, Howard is not an NFL QB. He was a product of a super talented team.
Well, so okay, I agree with that. I'm not sure that I believe Will Howard is going to be an NFL starter. What I am curious about is who in this draft at quarterback are you certain is an NFL starting quarterback caliber?
Here's what I'm going to say.
Not right away.
Here's what I'm going to say on that, Husker
Like
P.
it feels like a lot of Malik Willis's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Husker P, I'm not saying he's not, but I will definitely say that you're correct on a super talented team, because you could have plugged and played a lot of quarterbacks into that system with Ohio State, and they would have done well, to Husker P's point. I'm going to say this. I think the jury's still out, because I always like to give a guy a chance first. Let's see what he does first. Am I like do I think he's high hopes on it? I don't. Do I think he'll make somebody's roster, maybe a career backup or something like that? I don't know. To me, it's like wait and see what happens. But to Husker P's point, I mean, it wasn't like the guy was lacking talent at Ohio State.
Absolutely. Husker P is absolutely
correct.
I
totally agree with you on that. But I always like to say, let's see what happens when they get in there.
That's why I'm just curious, like where, and we won't obviously know true fact until after the draft in April. But I mean, in all reality, it's who do you feel great about at the quarterback position in this class? You think back to previous draft class where you think, and sure, there's guys that you think are going to pan out perfectly and they end up being a bust, and there's guys that you believe that don't have a shot and they're going to be superstars. But ultimately, it's in this class you look around and I think everybody believes that like Shedeur gives you the best NFL prototypical option, but he's not even going to go number 1 overall. It appears that Cam Ward is going to be that guy.
You know what, you guys, let me ask you this. Bless you. Just throw this out there real quick. The NFL draft is always intriguing to all of us for a lot of reasons, because sometimes the guys that you expect to go in there and be gangbusters don't. And then you always have a bunch of no-namers. For instance, who was the receiver 2 years ago for the Oakland Raiders? He got hurt, short white dude, ran routes like Edelman. What was his name?
The guy.
Hunter Renfrow.
Yes.
Whatever happened to Hunter Renfrow? He got hurt.
No, not Renfrow.
No, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's who he's thinking of.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay,
Hunter Renfrow.
Is it Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah.
There's a baseball player named Hunter Renfrow.
Well,
I might have went
but
to.
it's Renfrow.
Renfrow, yeah.
He's from Clemson.
He got hurt, and
Yep.
then he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But he didn't jump off the charts at you at the draft. And I'm going to go probably. This is
It
probably
is
not.
They're both Hunter Renfro's.
Okay.
One football, one baseball.
So this is probably not fair because he's obviously an outlier. But Tom Brady ran a 40-yard dash. It took a sundial to clock it. There was nothing outstanding about him whatsoever. What I'm simply saying, and obviously that is a far, far reach because that's just rare. What I am saying is this. You never know what's going to happen, man, how somebody matures.
Well, you just want to, the key is just to get on the roster, and then you make your way from there.
Make your way.
Like Brock Purdy,
Yep.
He had the opportunity to make the roster with the 49ers. I don't think anyone was ever looking at him as being a starter in the NFL.
Ralph, think about this. One of your greatest Broncos of all time, Terrell Davis. Was he 5th round draft pick?
6th round.
6th round. He didn't jump off anywhere. So there's always, and obviously, again, those are outliers.
Yep.
But the point is, those things do happen.
Yeah.
That's why if I'm Will Howard, I'm like, well, you know what? Yeah, today sucked. I'll take care of it when I get back to my own.
Yeah, and he's going to have an opportunity. I mean, if he's not drafted, he'll sign as a free agent somewhere.
Exactly.
And sometimes when you're low in the draft, you want to sign as a free agent so then you can pick your situation.
I look at our very own Jared Tomich.
No.
Jared Tomich wasn't even recruited by a lot of schools. And then he comes to Nebraska, puts in work. Wasn't even really crazy highly touted when he came out of Nebraska as far as that goes.
Yeah.
You know, he was recognizable, but I'm saying he wasn't one of those ones that just jumped off. He goes and has a very good career as well. Our very own Jay Foreman played 10 years in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just never know when a guy
He wasn't even a linebacker.
Yeah, it makes you think about
Was he a
man.
tweener? Was Jay a tweener?
Well, Jay played running back when he was in high school.
Yeah, Jay was.
I was just messing around.
Oh no! At the end of Jay's career, no, he's no tweener. Jay was.
No, he was a bona fide linebacker.
Jay was,
he was
and probably could have played defense.
Jay was big boy.
Yeah. So the draft, like I said, all these things you hope they go well, but you just never know what goes on once they get there, man.
We got AG on the other line on this after this.
Hello. Love it. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more. At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through March 9th, enjoy USDA Choice whole boneless ribeye loins for $13.99 per pound. Cut and wrapped for free. All natural bone and thick cut pork chops, $1.99 per pound. All natural hand cut loin back pork ribs, $3.99 per pound. And carbless canned cocktails, $7.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
MWA Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln Friday night, March 7th at the First Avenue Social Hall. And in Beatrice at the Beatrice Auditorium on Saturday night, March 8th at 7 p.m. Don't miss two huge shows. Visit Facebook.com/MWA Pro Wrestling for more information. Tickets are on sale for both events. Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. First Avenue Social Hall in Lincoln. Saturday night, March 8th at the Beatrice Auditorium, 7 p.m. Brought to you by 10 Pins Fun Center, Felipe Electric, and Stone Hollow Brewing Company.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Just about everyone from every part of the state wants to win one of the 8 gray 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. But remember, since Nebraskans of all ages and locations around the state just love this game, tickets will sell fast. So play today and experience the power of gray. Trucks and Bucks top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93. Ticket. It is Monday.
And this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. You can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and learn how Jack Russell Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Well, gentlemen, there was one team that didn't need any help this weekend in Nebraska sports, and that was women's basketball team yesterday. They went into Northwestern. Northwestern obviously was playing with a lot of emotion, had the loss of one of their team managers that passed away in a tragic accident. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them. And also out of basketball, our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks that are out in the Carolinas. Over 175 fires that are going on in that area right now, Myrtle Beach, surrounding areas. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them, first responders. So definitely thinking about those folks there. AG, good morning to you, brother.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Doing good, my man. Doing good.
Nice.
Well, the women took care of business. We'll get to them in a sec. We'll get to the disappointing news first, and we'll be quick about it. Minnesota knocks off Nebraska 67-65. That game was Saturday at 1 p.m. And this is, to me, it's the same thing again, man. A team that you woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda beat. And it's proving that when you spot a team 18 to 20 points, it usually doesn't end up well. Raff, AG, Nick, Nebraska at this point, you look at the high scores, both Juwan Gary and Bryce both chipped in 21, but their shooting percentages overall as a team was absolutely horrendous. And then Minnesota, first of all, their bench guy just got absolutely hot. That shot us like crazy, ended up with 20, and that was Rigsby. Brannigan Rigsby lit our tails up. He was 7 for 8, 5 of 6 from three-point range, man.
Yeah.
Their bench outscored our bench 31-16. Another thing that sticks out to me, and this was just some of the turnovers were just, I just couldn't understand. 19 turnovers compared to their 9. 19 turnovers compared to their 9. In Nebraska, with all dues and purposes, fellas, and unless they take care of business tomorrow in Ohio against Ohio State, they're in Columbus. Unless they beat Iowa, they're going to have to go win at least 2, I would think, Nick, in the Big Ten. To sniff the Big Ten, the Big Dance. Your thoughts on it, Nick?
I think when you look at Nebraska basketball, there's certainly an opportunity for them to still make the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
I think that if you were to ask any Nebraska basketball fan or somebody that watches this consistently, what's your confidence level but from 1 to 10 that they're able to get the job done, I think that your confidence level is pretty low right now. And here's why. And I don't want to come on here and try to be a Debbie Downer, but this is, I think, where it's unfortunate. The things that they're doing are not because of the teams they're playing against. The things that they're doing wrong or poorly are not because of the teams that they're playing against. So what I mean by that, Nebraska shot the ball fine on Saturday, right? They shot the ball fine. They shot in the first half, they were 44% from the field. In the second half, they were 43% from the field. On the game, they were 43% from the field. Didn't shoot it well, sure, from beyond the three-point line, which certainly is something that they need to get better at. But you said it, right? It's the effort on the glass that I thought Nebraska in the second half was much better.
Yeah,
Nebraska was much better in the second half on the glass, especially a guy like Juwan had multiple cracks at a second chance bucket. Berke was 1 for 6 from the field, and in the most crucial moments of the game, your leading rebounder has to sit the bench because he just hasn't played well in that entire game. Might not be fully healthy. I'm not entirely sure. But ultimately, you're leaning on a guy like obviously Bryce Williams so much, and he continues to answer the call. Juwan Gary answered the call on Saturday. But what we're starting to find out and realize is that when the moment gets to be the biggest, Nebraska doesn't quite have an idea of what they want to do other than just give the ball to Bryce Williams and get out of the way.
Yeah.
And that sometimes hurts them.
Yeah. And then too, you got it. You go in there on Saturday and the crowd's amped up. They're striped out, and you're thinking, okay, Nebraska, come out, jump on these guys early. And like you always say, it's just like they play with their food in the first half, and they dig themselves such a it was great to see them fight back the way they did. But then you're thinking back, you're like, man, we started out the game 1 for 6 from the free throw line. Man, just would have made, and you just start looking back at that first half, and you're like, Nebraska should have ran away with that game.
It was a game to where old dad 34 says, Nick, they will make the dance in your opinion.
What now? Will they make the
this
dance?
Old dad saying, Nick, will they make the dance in your opinion?
Ooh.
I think they still get in. I do. I think they still get in. I think they're gonna,
depending on.
No, I don't even know if it's that. I think
So you're saying they can go
obviously
lose against Ohio State
obviously
and Iowa?
depending on wins, they got to win the games,
Right.
obviously. But like, I think that they'll either do enough in these next two. I think Ohio State's in a real fragile spot, similar to Nebraska as well. So I think that actually bodes well for the Huskers in tomorrow night's case. For Iowa, I think you just hope on the atmosphere in Lincoln. I think Nebraska will be okay. Whether that is in a way of winning a game in the Big Ten tournament, or whether that's winning these next two and doing whatever you do in the Big Ten tournament, I think you'll be okay. I don't know. I think that a lot of this for Nebraska is going forward next year. I think Fred Hoiberg has a little bit gotten away from what he's really good at and the style that he is really, really good at coaching. And I hope that next year they can find the personnel, use the portal, attract some guys that fit what Fred wants to do extremely well. Because I think that's what's hurting Nebraska the most towards the end of the season. And a lot of that's 3-point shooting, right? Bryce is a great spot up guy. Bryce is, and we have not seen a better mid-range player in the Nebraska basketball probably last 10 years than Bryce Williams is. But ultimately, I mean, we say it every single game. It feels like there's guys that are playing valuable minutes that are hurting you on the floor, and they have to continue playing because you have no other options.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fine when you talk about next year, you kind of mentioned there, Nick, where, getting other players on the roster. Unfortunately, other players come in too late because we got Bryce, right? He's a senior, correct? I know Jawan Gary's a senior.
Yes.
Right. So you just wish you had those other players, because you look at a simple way to look at this. I'm looking at some of the highlights and I'm looking at the scoreboard, or I say not the scoreboard, but I say the points per player. We got Gary with 21. We got Bryce Williams with 21. So we got the players that should be scoring and putting up the points doing it. But then everybody else, Burke's coming off, health issues throughout this whole season. But you got Braxton, 1 point. You have Hoiberg, 4 points. So you got to have that consistent third person in the rotation. Having where you got players barely getting over single digits, that is obviously an issue at this point of the season, because you want to be hitting on all cylinders. So just from a simple way of looking at this, really just finding that third swing person that could come either start the game or come in off the bench. And obviously health, you can't control health. Burke being hurt and having to rotate in and out and do his health issues obviously is missed. And it's we're seeing it, and the players are feeling the pain of not having a big guy in the middle. So, but outside of that, like I said, getting that swing man to come in off the bench or start the game is somebody that would be important to look for in recruiting or transfer portal wise to get this team to that next level. Because when you have two guys already there, but unfortunately they're going to be, moving on to the next level, but you continue to find those 2 or 3 guys that could hit the roster and be a scorer and cause problems for the opposing team, then you got a roster that you could solidify yourself and talking about going into conference play, going into NCAA bracket play, and be confident about it from our standpoint as how we're looking at them develop on the court.
I think part of, to build off of that, AG, I think you're right on having a third consistent guy. I do think though, and this goes back to kind of my point of addressing needs in the portal, and certainly NIL money plays a factor into this. And I think it's important to know where Nebraska sits on that type of thing as well. And to take that into consideration. But you mentioned a guy like Sam Hoiberg. Sam does what he needs to do night in and night out. Sam isn't on the floor, I think, to score 15 points. And I think it's irresponsible of a coaching staff, right, to ask a player like Sam to do that. And that's not what the staff is doing. I'm not getting at that. What I am meaning by this, though, is Nebraska went out, utilized the portal, and they're going to have to next year, and they're going to have to the following year, and every single year when you're a program like Nebraska. But it's identifying the correct guy to fit in your system. Ideally, on paper, Connor Essegian is a perfect fit for a Fred Hoiberg offense. So I
agree with that.
I do not disagree with the decision to bring Connor Season in.
Nope.
The only problem is that unfortunately Connor Season isn't doing consistently what you brought him in to do. So that is more on the player than it is on the coaching staff, in my opinion. Raleigh Wooster, you bring in this guy as an experienced ball handler at the point guard position to take pressure off of Bryce Williams. But ultimately, here we are 29 games into the season, and Nebraska's very, very on the bubble. And you're sitting here after a closely contested loss going, what could have been the difference maker in a game where Nebraska turned over the basketball 19 times? An experienced ball handler that you trust. But then you're only able to play Raleigh 10 minutes in a game because when he's in there, he's not doing things to help the team out like he needs to. So once again, it goes on the player fit. I just truly don't know. And I don't want this to come across as too aggressive of a take. I don't know how well this team gets along. I genuinely don't.
Great question.
I don't know how
well.
I don't know how well they blend together. I don't know off the floor, on the floor. Is there a difference? We saw in the last couple of years when Fred Hoiberg did this turnaround, you could tell that the team genuinely got along. Sam Griesel, Derek Walker, those guys, number one as leaders, but as teammates, you could tell that there was just a massive likability between the entire roster. It feels this year disconnected, disjointed. It looks like when they're on the floor, they don't really know what they want to do with certain guys that are out there. It's not like we're in game 4 of the season where Fred Hoiberg's still messing with the rotation and minutes. These things are set pretty much, other than some games Nebraska will start Raleigh Wooster out there. Other games they'll start Sam Hoiberg for Raleigh, this, that, and the other. But it just genuinely feels disconnected at times. And I don't want to come on air and say, oh, these guys hate each other, they don't get along, because I do not know better than anybody else, because I'm not in that locker room. But something feels off, something feels disconnected, and it's really, really worrisome when you're about to enter the most important month of your season.
This team's been off and inconsistent the whole year. I mean, that's just safe to say. You look, the records don't lie. You know, well, you can say whatever you want. The records tell the truth. You know, it's like reading the P&L of a company. The profit and loss tells you the truth of that company. I don't care what the owner is saying, how great it is. The numbers don't lie. And unfortunately, this team, we've seen this movie, what happened Saturday afternoon. We've seen that numerous times this year, whether it's what Nick said, the lack of playing by season, I would say the consistency. And I would go on to say, besides really the only person, in my opinion, that has been consistent all year is Bryce Williams. After him,
I would throw Sam Hoiberg in there.
I would say Sam as well. Yeah, I would definitely say Sam as well.
His
for his role,
from his scrappiness,
his just doesn't light up this box score.
Absolutely, he's going to do those intangibles you don't see in the box scores often. But yeah, this team has just been disjointed all year. Yeah. What they do from here now, we'll see, because they have a very short very short memory, because they're in Columbus, Ohio tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And then, of course, they will take on Iowa, and you have your Big Ten tournament. So, like I said, are their chances gone? No, they're not gone. Mathematically, they're not gone.
No.
However, they have to win these next two and probably win at least two in the Big Ten tournament.
My thing, AG, is like, you cannot, when you're in a locker room at any level, I think this reigns true. You can't fake genuine likability.
Yeah,
you cannot. True. You can, like, if I truly disliked Raff, like, over the air, it's going to seep through that I do not like Raff.
And here come the texts.
And here we go. Raff, now you know. But no, I'm being serious in that it is practically impossible when you're on the stage of that magnitude and you are playing for a program like Nebraska Athletics has. It's impossible to fake genuine likability.
Yeah. I mean, and what you say, Nick, the last point you brought up about, you know, what the locker room is like, you know, what the players are like on the court is huge, because obviously if you don't have some respect level of each other, then gameplay is going to look like what it looks like. But we got it's so many factors, right? This is potentially one factor that we're trying to broadcast out there to the fans and everybody else watching and listening in. So we're just giving our best analysis of what we see, because we're former athletes. We understand the process of getting through a season and try to win, and then try to get yourself set up for basically a playoff run. That's what this is. And so with that, I do agree with that. It's another point to having guys like Gary and Bryce and still and having enough players to back them up with a season, knowing that these are players that could come in and produce. We've seen it before, right? That's why Connor got recruited out of Wisconsin. So to that point, it is just another question to add on to that. And that's just something that between the coaches and the players, they got to handle amongst themselves and then wrangle it in so they could get in the right mindset and get focused up, because it's just a few days away from the season being over, and then Big Ten play starts. And then a few weeks after that, March Madness starts up. So then they have to, by that time, they got about 2.5 weeks to get focused up on the right, on the right note and on the same page for all the voters to hopefully get them in there, maybe, late round when them, they just started playing, right? Play for college.
Well,
too?
yes. I mean, they have.
So they might be an opportunity for them to do that.
They have the first four in Dayton that they're like
correct.
The teams. So
that they might be one of those guys. So there you go.
Yeah. Let's stay on time here.
We get a quick break, very quick break. We'll do history, and of course, we got Coach Osborne at the top of the hour. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive.
Just about everyone from every part of the state wants to win one of the 8 gray 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. But remember, since Nebraskans of all ages and locations around the state just love this game, tickets will sell fast. So play today and experience the power of gray. Trucks and Bucks top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through March 9th, enjoy USDA Choice whole boneless ribeye loins for $13.99 per pound, cut and wrapped for free. All natural bone and thick cut pork chops, $1.99 per pound. All natural hand cut loin back pork ribs, $3.99 per pound. And carbless canned cocktails, $7.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Siraj's Place Convenience Store and BG's Best Restaurant in Lincoln salutes our emergency first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, and paramedics for their professionalism, commitment, and bravery. These men and women put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. First responders deserve our admiration, so thank them for everything that they do for us. This message comes to you from Siraj's Place Convenience Store and BG's Best Restaurant in Lincoln, serving the best Indian soup and rice every day inside the convenience store.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join 93.7 The Ticket this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from Pinnacle Bank Arena for the NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament. Starting Wednesday at 9 a.m., we'll be at PBA bringing you play-by-play coverage of every single game. That's right, all 24 games played at Pinnacle Bank Arena this week will be heard right here on 93.7 The Ticket. From Class A to Class D2 action, 93.7 The Ticket is your home for the 2025 Girls State Basketball Tournament, and it all starts this Wednesday at 9 a.m. We'll see you there.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family-owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, and it is time for some history.
We'll be very quick with this. Keep it on schedule. In Husker history, folks, this is like way back Husker history, and I thought was very interesting. In 1910, Nebraska's athletic board decides to look for a single coach for football, basketball, and baseball.
Wow.
Also, a trip to England for a trainer named Jack Best is a go after sufficient funds are raised. In 1910, they were looking for a coach for
that's awesome.
football,
That's
basketball,
crazy.
and baseball. Times have changed.
Who can do it all?
115 years.
Raff, you seem like a jack of all trades type of guy.
I was thinking John Cook, volleyball and football.
Yeah.
He's doing both.
That's crazy.
He's going to run over to Devaney after you.
That's awesome. What do you got today, Raffy?
Well, my history today comes in 1983. Terry Bradshaw is scheduled to have surgery on his arm. Guess what the alias he uses when he checks into the hospital?
What's his name? Who's this?
John Elway, somebody unpopular.
Terry Bradshaw. He went in 83 to have surgery on his throwing arm. Guess what alias he used so the press wouldn't get a hold of it that he was having surgery on his throwing arm?
No idea.
Was it Clark Clint?
Tom Brady.
He went in Tom Brady in the 80s?
1983.
Awesomeness.
That
awesome.
is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Wow.
I didn't know that.
Didn't know that either.
Hey, I wonder how he came up with that name.
You ain't lying.
That's just crazy, though.
I was going to wonder his thought process.
Brady would probably been, what, 6
years
old,
maybe?
6?
Yeah, he probably didn't know him. If he did, it would have been just one heck of a coincidence.
You ain't lying, brother.
100%.
What you got, AGZ?
Oh, man, I got a fun video game here called, it came out, 21 years ago, 2004, Mega Man Battle Chip Challenge. So not ship, chip.
Yeah. Chip.
Chip. So you play as a young boy named Lan, who owns a unique device known as a Net Navi. The evil WWW organization threatens to disrupt cyberspace and help and with the help of your Net Navi, you must unload Mega Man armed with destructive viruses into the system. So you basically are shutting down somebody's computer system basically in this game. So teaching kids how to hack. Back in 2004, they were already doing it then.
21 years ago. Make
Yep.
it happen.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Folks, that is our history segment. When we come back, we will have Coach Osborne on the line. asking a lot of questions and going back in time, and also talking about the current state of college football.
I have a history real quick.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's gonna even make Husker fans just excited. On this day in 2024, Pete Maravich's record was broken as the Division I all-time scoring leader in
I
basketball.
remember that. I remember that.
Caitlin Clark on this day last year broke the
Wow.
Division I
Yep.
all-time scoring leader or scoring record. Excuse me.
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know.
Indiana.
She's doing some things, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's making big waves still. So there you go.
Doing some. All right.
She's doing something.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
St. Patrick's Day is on a Monday this year, but St. Patrick's Eve is on a Sunday, and you won't want to miss that party at Madson's Bowling and Billiards. Families are welcome to join in on the Olympics and win great prizes, or just come down to have one of Sarah's favorites, corned beef and cabbage, or one of Brady's favorites, bangers and mash. Plus, great music all afternoon from Crosby, Stills, Bangers and Mash. That's St. Patrick's Eve on Sunday, March 16th at Madson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111. Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, I'm Jake from Lexington.
I'm Ellen from Ogallala.
My name's Ray from Sydney.
Hello, I'm Jenny from McCook.
Ryan from Lincoln here. And I'm Steve from Omaha.
And we've all got one thing in common.
We all love trucks.
Which means we all want to win one of the 8th grade 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery.
So I guess that means we have two things in common.
Well, I love playing Trucks and Bucks.
3 things in common.
And we're all from Nebraska.
Sounds like 4.
And I think the gray color of the trucks this year is beautiful.
5 things. Guys, I just want to go to a Nebraska Lottery retailer, buy some tickets, and start playing today. There's 6.
I like turnips.
I guess we stop at 6.
Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch ticket is back. Top prize odds are winning $336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly cloudy and breezy. See a high around 57. Tonight, a chance of showers with thunderstorms possible, a low around 49. And tomorrow, a chance of rain and snow in the afternoon. It'll be windy with blizzard conditions possible late. See a high around 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join 93.7 The Ticket this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from Pinnacle Bank Arena for the NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament. Starting Wednesday at 9 a.m., we'll be at PBA bringing you play-by-play coverage of every single game. That's right. All 24 games played at Pinnacle Bank Arena this week will be heard right here on 93.7 The Ticket. From Class A to Class D2 action, 93.7 The Ticket is your home for the 2025 Girls State Basketball Tournament. And it all starts this Wednesday at 9 a.m. We'll see you there.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Gray.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall's team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. Yeah.
There he is.
Well, folks, we're going to have Coach Osborne calling here momentarily. Obviously, the former Nebraska coach here at the University of Nebraska from 1971, I believe. Yeah, 1970. Well, he was an assistant before then.
Yeah, 73 to 97.
73 to 97.
Came in 62, actually.
Absolutely. So we'll have him here up here shortly. You guys, before he comes on, the women took care of business on yesterday at Northwestern. And Markowski led all scorers. She dropped a 30-piece. And I tell you what, having Britt Prince back was huge. That was very noticeable. I actually watched that game on. It was on the Big Ten Plus. Is always funny when they have their commentators on.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
You never know what you're going to get sometime. These two actually didn't do too bad, man.
That's good.
The ones that were doing the game yesterday, they didn't do too bad. But the Husker ladies came out. I mean, they were on fire, particularly from the 3-point range. The final score was 98-77. I believe that was their highest production so far of the year as far as points-wise. The first half, first quarter, they shot 55%, 60% from the 3-point line. Second quarter, they shot 72%, 66% from the 3-point line. Third quarter, a little bit less, 36%, but again, 33% from the 3-point line. The fourth quarter, they were on fire again with 55% from the percentage line. Overall percentage. Petrie, she chipped in at 11 points. Markowski had 30. Britt Prince, she dropped in 15. Rimdahl, she had 17. And then the other leading scorer was Petra Bozen. She had some nice moves down the paint that took care of business for them. High score for Northwestern was Kaylee Walsh at dropped in 22 points for the Northwestern Wildcats. But Nebraska took care of business, and they will play Rutgers to open up in the Big Ten tournament play. So that's going to be starting up pretty quick. But we're going to tap in to Coach here fairly quickly. That is on the line coming in.
All right, let's do it.
Coach Osborne, good morning to you. This is AD. How are you, Coach?
Good, AD.
You're in your office and set and ready to go for the day?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was having trouble finding a park.
No worries at all, Coach. No worries at all. Coach, we have Chris Raff is on the scene as well. We have Nick Sander, and, of course, Ahman Green is in as well. Ahman, I'm going to let
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hi, Ahman.
Doing good.
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you as well, always.
Coach, we appreciate you coming on. Coach, I guess the first question I have for you is this. First of all, thanks for making the time for it. We know you're pulled in a lot of different directions. Coach, what do you think of the state of college sports right now in regards to the NIL and the portal? What do you see going on with this?
Well, I'm somewhat dismayed because the problem is that it appears to me that it's evolving toward who has the deepest pockets is going to be able to accumulate the best team. And the idea of competitive balance is pretty much out the window. And so that's really concerning. And it seems to me that if you're going to pay players, then you ought to go ahead and have contracts. So there's an equal obligation where if the player decides to leave, then he has to make some kind of retribution. And so I think that makes some sense. And also it seems like there should be some kind of salary cap because you're going to have some schools that are going to have deep pockets and they'll pay 24, 25, 30 million for a recruiting class. And somebody else has maybe a maximum of 500,000 or $1 million. And eventually it's going to be very difficult. And then the final thing that is a little concern to me is now it appears that they've pretty much eliminated walk-ons. It seems to me if somebody is willing to pay their own way to school and go out and try to prove their ability, you ought to have the chance to do that. So, and I realize that right now that people have said, well, coaches are getting paid, so players should get paid. And I can understand that to some degree. But, it's some people say, well, it's like pro football now. But it isn't because pro football has the salary cap and you have contracts. And you know who's going to come back next year and who isn't. This way you could go into the season, play the season, and lose half your football team in the next 2 weeks. And that's kind of my take on it right now. And other people may see it other ways.
Gotcha, Coach. I definitely agree with that, Coach. This is Ahman with the next question. So from that standpoint of what you just mentioned, having to deal with the NIL and transfer portal. So once you know where you stand as a university, what is your thoughts on what the team then should do next after that? Once they know, okay, if they do have deep pockets or if they don't, this is what we got to deal with. How will you still manage that roster of players that is coming back that 1 year to know that you got to get them ready for the next season?
Yeah. I think, Ahman, what you do is just do the best you can. You try to coach well, you prepare well, but you're dealing with a lot of uncertainty. And so it used to be, if you recruit a player, you're pretty sure that he was going to be there for 4 years, sometimes maybe 3 if they declared for the draft after 3 years. But it became, so right now there's just no certainty anybody can count on. And I think that the problem is almost a built-in situation where schools with really deep pockets are going to eventually end up on top. And so it seems to me that some kind of guidelines have to be set, and the NCAA appears to be pretty much out of the picture. And
yes.
So one thing I'm somewhat interested in is that the Big Ten and the Southeast Conference right now control most of the top schools, particularly in football. And I think that those two conferences can get together. I know they're talking. I know they're cooperating. And maybe they can set some guidelines that would make sense for everybody. But that's just my wish right now.
Coach, this is Nick Sainert. You mentioned that the NCAA is kind of out of it right now. Then I guess to that point, because I agree with you 100%, you've mentioned the NFL and contracts and the differences between NFL and college football currently. What is the answer? Is it having a commissioner like the NFL does? Is it having a players union or a players organization like the NFL does? What is the answer to somewhat at least limit the uncertainty that you just talked about?
Mm-hmm. Well, at one time, this was a number of years ago, we had something called the College Football Association. And this was an association of schools that had a commissioner. Chuck Ninus was the guy at that time. And that commissioner and that governing body set the rules for college football. And it was apart from the NCAA. And I think that something like that certainly could evolve. And I hope that it does, because I think what is happening right now is that some of the fans are getting turned off and a little bit disaffected by what they're seeing.
Well, Coach Osborne, this is Chris Raff. Now that they've asked all the easy questions, I got to ask you a very hard question here. Excluding all the Nebraska players that you coached, who is the greatest player that you ever coached against?
The greatest player we coached against.
Yes.
Oh, God, I don't know. Well, the problem with that question is that there are such different sets of skills. In other words, maybe the greatest running back might have been Billy Sims. Defensive lineman, I don't know. Offensive lineman, I couldn't come up with that number or that name right now. But when they talk about the greatest player, I think that it's hard to say that this was the greatest player when you have such different categories of skills. And you can maybe come up with the best running back, the best linebacker, the best defensive back, those kinds of things. But I really, some of the players that Oklahoma had at one time, and I would say maybe the Selman brothers, and possibly Billy Sims were the guys that stood out to me at this point. But there were so many guys that we played against, and I don't think I'm doing the question justice, really.
Coach, this is AD again. I think about where the current state of college athletics right now, and I go back to when me and my son Keenan in your office a few years ago, and you autographed a few pictures for him, and we were talking about just the college football, just the alignment of conferences right now. And you brought up something interesting about Notre Dame, particularly them not being in a conference. Do you see teams like a Notre Dame having to join a conference in light of the way that things are going right now, or do you think they can continue to keep their independence?
Well, I think they would like to keep their independence, but it appears to me that with the college football playoff, there are going to be some factors that may force them into aligning with the conference, and that's just off the top of my head. I know there's a lot of conversation about that, and so we'll see how it goes. But it may be that the college football playoff will be the thing that will trigger forcing them into a conference.
I think it's going to be tougher than remain that. Go ahead, AG.
No, I'm just agreeing with him on that.
All right, Coach, it's me again. I got to ask you another question. Through the years, you ran a bunch of trick plays. You had the boomerooski, the fumblerooski, the bouncerooski. Which of those plays was your favorite?
Oh, no. You know, the reason we did that part of it is it was something that's kind of interesting for the players. And they practice those plays over and over again. And finally, when we'd run it, I think a lot of them didn't think we'd ever call it. But I think maybe the so-called fumblerooski was the most interesting, because that was one where the quarterback gets a snap and laid the ball on the ground, and then the guard would, and everybody flow to usually the right, guard would pick it up and go around the left hand. And we ran that, I think, 3 times, 4 times. Every time it worked, I think 3 times for touchdowns and 1 time for a significant gain. So it was kind of interesting. But the thing that was most unusual about it is you're really exposing yourself to a possible fumble, because the ball's laying on the ground and somebody kicked it. Or something, the guard, which normally is not very adept at running the ball, doesn't get it picked up and fumbles it. The thing looked pretty bad, but every time we ran it, it worked.
Right.
Coach, I have a question for you here as we have a couple more minutes with you. We've talked a lot of big picture NIL. How has the game evolved and changed since you were coaching? But I want to talk now schematics of it, because we get so caught up and infatuated with the run pass option, the RPO game. Has the schematics of football changed dramatically, or at its core, is it still similar to back when Nebraska was having so much success?
Well, I think it's still a game of fundamentals. You have to be able to block, you have to be able to tackle, and those things are the same. The thing that has changed a lot is that the traditional fullback position has pretty much been eliminated. You don't see, I mean, sometimes people put a tight end or a guard or somebody in the fullback position and run 1 or 2 plays. But that part has changed. And the traditional option is not really run as much, although the run-pass option is a form of that. But the idea of putting the ball on the fullback's stomach and either handing it off or pulling it and then going down the line and pitching is something that's kind of disappeared. And I think it would still work, but it's just gone out of fashion. And I think mainly because the fullback position has pretty much been eliminated in football as we see it today.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. I do miss the fullback, seeing that on TV myself right now. But Coach, I got a clarification question for you because when I was in Green Bay, Mike Sherman mentioned to me a few times that he had called you on some references of plays that he saw on film that I ran at Nebraska, and then he brought him to Green Bay. So I just want to clarify: is that true? That of Coach Sherman, because I know every now and then he's a jokester. He likes to mess around with his players that he liked a lot. So I just wanted to make sure, was that a true statement from Coach Sherman?
You know, Ahman, I wish I could say one way or another definitively. I talked to so many coaches over the years, and it's very possible that it was true. And I remember visiting with was it Fred Shermer? Is that his name?
Mike Sherman. Shermer was the defensive coach before I got there, but Mike Sherman was the head coach.
All right. Yeah. I imagine I did talk to him, but I can't tell you what the specifics were. I wish I could confirm or deny.
Right.
Right now,
right. Yeah, because I brought it up because he actually brought in our shovel pass and direct snap to Green Bay as well. And so he mentioned, hey, Ahman, I called your old coach Osborne there to put this, get the blocking scheme down for this play. I was like, huh? Oh, okay. And he's my coach. I'm not going to not believe him. So I was like, okay. But over the years, I was like, let me think about this. Coach Sherman was always a guy to have a sense of humor. So I was like, let me see if he was just toying around with me to get me motivated to know that he talked to you guys here, back home in Lincoln about those plays that we ran on campus here in Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if I had a conversation. He might have just gotten it off of film too. He can get some films and get a pretty good idea of how it works. But
gotcha.
I just wish I had better recollection, but I talked to so many coaches over so many years that I can't pull them all up right now.
Gotcha, Coach. Thank you.
That, whatever play they gave you to run, you always got the most out of it. And I always really appreciated your talent, and you had a great career at Green Bay. And
thank you.
There was no weather. I think that was probably a pretty good experience.
Oh, yeah. I adapted to it just as well as I did in Lincoln. So,
yeah.
Coach, we sure appreciate you taking the time. And I know you're twisted a lot of different ways, but man, just those old stories and more importantly, just the state of college athletics. I think to hear from someone like yourself that has seen quite a bit of things brings in some common sense into a very uncommon sports landscape that we're looking at. So, Coach, thank you very much, and we will definitely have you back on again, Coach. And Coach, happy belated birthday as well. You're still moving around like a spring chicken, Coach.
Well, I think if you could see me in action, you'd take that back.
Happy belated birthday, Coach.
I did have trouble getting a parking place, but anyway, thanks for calling, AD, and it's nice to talk to you guys.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you.
Always good talking to you, Coach.
All right. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
We'll be right back. We'll talk some post-Coach Osborne comments when we return. It's The Ticket, 93.7 Ticket.
Siraj's Place Convenience Store and BG's Best Restaurant in Lincoln salutes our emergency first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, and paramedics for their professionalism, commitment, and bravery. These men and women put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. First responders deserve our admiration, so thank them for everything that they do for us. This message comes to you from Siraj's Place Convenience Store and BG's Best Restaurant in Lincoln. serving the best Indian soup and rice every day inside the convenience store.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Siraj's Place Convenience Store and BG's Best Restaurant in Lincoln salutes our emergency first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, and paramedics for their professionalism, commitment, and bravery. These men and women put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. First responders deserve our admiration, so thank them for everything that they do for us. This message comes to you from Siraj's Place Convenience Store and BG's Best Restaurant in Lincoln, serving the best Indian soup and rice every day inside the convenience store.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First Five Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, I'm Jake from Lexington.
I'm Ellen from Ogallala.
My name's Ray from Sydney.
Hello, I'm Jenny from McCook.
Ryan from Lincoln here.
And I'm Steve from Omaha.
And we've all got one thing in common.
We all love trucks.
Which means we all want to win one of the 8th grade 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery.
So I guess that means we have two things in common.
Well, I love playing Trucks and Bucks.
3 things in common.
And we're all from Nebraska.
Sounds like 4.
And I think the gray color of the trucks this year is beautiful.
5 things.
Guys, I just want to go to a Nebraska Lottery retailer, buy some tickets, and start playing today.
There's 6.
I like turnips.
I guess we stop at 6.
Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch ticket is back. Top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith. Innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly cloudy and breezy. See a high around 57. Tonight, a chance of showers with thunderstorms possible, a low around 49. And tomorrow, a chance of rain and snow in the afternoon. It'll be windy with blizzard conditions possible late. See a high around 57. A meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off on Piedmontese brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, and at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys. You'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. We just had Coach Osborne on the show. Awesome, as always.
Great remark.
Absolutely. Old Dad 34 says, I didn't even play for the man. I'm actually, that's Crowbait, said I didn't play for the man, but listening to him makes him feel like a father figure. Absolutely.
All day.
Old Dad 34 says, the GOAT is talking, and we all listen like we're hunting. John DeWitt says, all hail to the GOAT. As AG will tell you, man, he's as great as a coach he was and is. He's a greater person too, man. I thought it was interesting, gentlemen, that, and Nick, you brought up a good question about, the NCAA and how he mentioned that, AG and Raff, just a couple years ago when we were in his office with my son Kenny. Goes, the NCAA, the way this is going, they'll just basically be insignificant.
Yeah, backed out. Yeah. How much going on from there?
It's going to be interesting to see what they do from that. You guys, let me bring
this. I would say this also. I think a big part of that is, and this just came to mind. Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But I think what's been a common denominator of the NCAA making a decision that somebody doesn't like, NCAA gets sued. Like, they're getting sued left and right nowadays. Like, and any decision that the NCAA makes, whether it's about eligibility, whether it's about approving or denying eligibility, whether it's about NIL situations, whether it's about whatever you throw somewhere, it's never going to please everybody. And now everybody knows that, hey, we can just sue the NCAA. And guess what? They have no backbone. They have no financial not financial. They have no backing. They have no ability to win a case. So the NCAA has to make a decision of, do we make decisions as the governing body that technically we still are and get sued and know that we're going to lose, or do we just stay out of it altogether? And from a financial standpoint, they realized we need to stay out of it altogether.
Yeah.
Everybody's suing everybody. Everybody loves to sue.
Let it ride.
Yeah, I mean, to try to get in the way of progress or just movement. I won't say progress, but movement, right? Because this is a movement forward of everything that's at the college sports level, and just the college level too. Since I would say the last 5 years has been the most movement of the NIL transfer portal coming in the fray, and so NCAA looking back at that. That's where they got to see where they stand, and how to fight, how they're going to fight, like we mentioned, the SEC and the Big Ten schools that are bringing in more money than some NFL teams, and having that control and that type of power. What can you do as a governing body to say, hey, no, you can't do that? But it'd be like, what? Well, we're going to hit you with this. Here's a lawsuit, like you said, Nick. Here's a lawsuit, and then we're going to fight for our players to get this, that, and the other. So that's where you kind of find where you're at in the level of things. And it's like, okay, I know my spot. I'll just sit over here and give suggestions and maybe somebody will listen to me. But if not, at the worst case, like you said, like they mentioned, they will give it to the universities and the states of the programs these teams are in, and let them handle it and govern themselves. And we already see how that's going. It's going a little bit, down. I say got out of control, but I definitely agree with Coach Osborne where he mentioned, and I think I mentioned it a few times too, that this turns into getting players contract up and having them start honoring those contracts just like an NFL. Let's say like a professional athlete, not just an NFL player, a professional athlete. So say you sign it for 1 or 2 seasons or 3 or 4 seasons that you're there, and if you come out of that contract, there are stipulations where you could get fined or have to get money back or anything of the such. So it would then level off the playing field of players literally just coming as they're going, to a team and to a program because they're not starting or the situation doesn't feel right for whatever reason. Now you get a little bit more continuity and some stableness to a program that's having players going all over college football year over year.
When Coach Osborne brought that up, gentlemen, about the player contracts, we've mentioned that loosely. You say, what, there has to be something. Do you guys see that happening in the next 3 to 5 years? Do you guys see to where they're going to, when you sign that contract, but I'll put it this way. When the NCAA came out and gave people unlimited transfer opportunities, and then their 2 years of eligibility doesn't count against them if they go to JUCO, do you guys see something like that coming down the pike within 3 years?
I would say that I don't know if it's going to come, but it needs to be. It needs to be. I mean, because like I said, it just will add a little bit more control. And it's not really control. It's just stableness for a program and its players and the coaches. Because then the coaches kind of know, okay, this is our roster, because this is what NFL coaches know. They know, okay, we got so-and-so locked down for 4 years. This player locked down for 2 years. Okay, this guy's a free agent, so we might have to renegotiate or let him walk. So that this time of the year, you already know this. Combine just ended or is still going. I'm not sure if it ended or it's still going. But at this point, NFL head coaches and the GMs, they already know who's staying and who needs to go, or who they want to pick up in free agency. Yeah. They're already doing their homework at this moment. So now, with the combine pretty much done, they already know they're starting to develop the idea of, okay, who we're going to pick in the draft in April. But we got free agency starting up here in like a week or 2 or 10 days or something like that real soon. So we got to look at that first, look at the players that are already on the roster that they played last season and they had a great season or they had a rough season. And we're looking at them to maybe bring in to help our roster because they're a part that could fit. And so that's where they are in their process right now to get ready for, this is basically their fiscal year already started and now it's starting back up to get ready for the next season.
So just to put into perspective, guys, the amount of money that the NCAA has had to shovel out the last couple of years, in 2024 alone, they dealt out $2.8 billion in settlements.
That billion?
billion with a B, 2.8 billion in settlements. There's already been on January 25th, they got sued again by some Penn swimmers for over NIL issues. They had another lawsuit come to light in early February 4th. So I'm just saying, like, left and right, boom, boom, just body shots that the NCAA are just taking. They just have, like, it's easy for us to sit here and say it's the NCAA's fault. But in reality, they're realizing that they have no power when it comes to football specific.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it gets a little dicey.
The thing too, we were talking about what contracts come down the line,
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that, there's some preparation before it. It seems like everything else they've just kind of thrown at the wall and, well, maybe it'll stick, NIL, transfer portal, all this stuff. And it just seems like it's just kind of a cluster, So will it get to the contracts? I think it'll get there eventually, but it's just a matter of how prepared will it be when they do it? If it's going to be something they're going to throw out there and just be a complete mess, or
that's where I actually have confidence in that it will be somewhat organized. And the reason I say that is because you have a situation here that with a lot of collegiate athletes, especially the top of the top, right? Like that's the ones we're talking about, right? It's going to be a problem if fifth string quarterback on the depth chart transfers out, maybe not, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're in this conversation, we're talking about specifically the guys that are going to be playing the bulk of minutes on Saturday on the field. I don't think it'll be as much of a problem as maybe we'd initially believe, because a good chunk of those guys are already going to have relationships or previous conversations with agents. They're already going to have an agent that's been working with their NIL stuff. Mm-hmm. So now it just turns into more of a professional model, like AG was used to, like Jay was used to, like the professional athletes are more accustomed to where, hey, instead of helping me once we turn pro, you're going to help me when I sign my name on the national letter of intent contract in this case. So that I think there's that to be, I understand. I think from the 5,000 foot view, Raff, I think you're right. People are going to be concerned until they think about it and say, well, this guy's already been having a conversation with Drew Rosenhaus for 5 years. Yeah. He's had a conversation with Drew Rosenhaus when he was in 8th grade. I know Drew Rosenhaus is AG's favorite person in the world. So that's where I was just going to, sorry,
it's going to be fun.
Sorry, AG. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's where I kind of land.
What's going to be funny about it, it's going to bring back the infractions again. Like right now it's free for all. You get your money, you get your money, you get your money. Okay, say 3 years down the road they bring in contracts. Well, then you're going to start hearing stories about, boy, he got more money than what his contract said. And now it's just it's almost like
it's going to be something, to your point. If they roll it out, it's going to be rolled out the right way, and not like they have in the past.
But then you're going to
cash in the McDonald's bag, baby.
Yeah, it's going to go back to that.
Jeremy Pruitt, where are you at?
It's going to return back to that.
Yeah, it's a thing to where I would say this, because it was the way that it was rolled out was done so carelessly. Yeah. To bring it back, and like I said, it's like trying to put toothpaste back into a tube after you put it out. It's going to be messy.
There you go. Guys, before we get to break, we got to tell you about our new friends of the show.
Absolutely.
David from Renew Your Auto. Segment brought to you by our friends at Renew. Call or text David today, 402-833-3858, or visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. You might ask, what do they do best? The answer to that question, everything.
Absolutely.
From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray-in bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing and undercoating, and so much more. So give David a text or a call today. That number, once again, 402-833-3858, or learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. I'll be honest, guys. My car, first thing I did when I purchased it in April, text David, said, hey, I need the windows tinted. He got me in quickly. He was able to help me out. Make sure you always mention that the ticket sent you over there. Absolutely. But especially with the weather warming up, you're going to want to protect those dashes. You want to protect your privacy as well. Get your windows tinted, all those other things. Once again, renewyourauto.com.
As well as detailing.
100%.
Does an amazing job of detailing vehicles.
So much more.
With this winter and all this salt and all the stuff that's accumulated in your vehicle, Dave and this company do a great job of car detailing as well. So appreciate the sponsorship. Look forward to the partnership is what it is. So David, appreciate you and your team there at Renew Your Auto. Folks, we'll be right back with our last segment. We got to RGT, AD attitude adjustment, last person. AG, it's Monday, 90.7 Ticket.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off on Piedmontese brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, and at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys. You'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
MWA Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln Friday night, March 7th at the First Avenue Social Hall. And in Beatrice at the Beatrice Auditorium on Saturday night, March 8th at 7 p.m. Don't miss two huge shows. Visit Facebook.com/MWA Pro Wrestling for more information. Tickets are on sale for both events. Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. First Avenue Social Hall in Lincoln. Saturday night, March 8th at the Beatrice Auditorium, 7 p.m. Brought to you by 10 Pins Fun Center, Felipe Electric, and Stone Hollow Brewing Company.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly cloudy and breezy. See a high around 57. Tonight, a chance of showers with thunderstorms possible, a low around 49. And tomorrow, a chance of rain and snow in the afternoon. It'll be windy with blizzard conditions possible late. See a high around 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
MWA Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln Friday night, March 7th at the First Avenue Social Hall. And in Beatrice at the Beatrice Auditorium on Saturday night, March 8th at 7 p.m. Don't miss two huge shows. Visit Facebook.com/MWA Pro Wrestling for more information. Tickets are on sale for both events. Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. First Avenue Social Hall in Lincoln. Saturday night, March 8th at the Beatrice Auditorium, 7 p.m. Brought to you by 10 Pins Fun Center, Felipe Electric, and Stone Hollow Brewing Company.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up another Monday show.
We are. It was a great show today. A very fast show today. Just talking to the guys, AG, on the break, and that, you know, you got, obviously, March Madness is coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun, men's and women's. That'll keep us going. And if you're a golf fan, you have the Masters coming up in April.
Hello, friends.
The Players is in 2 weeks.
Players Championship is coming up. Then you have
TGL's probably ending here soon, probably.
Be ending up soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you'll have the NBA playoffs when I'll actually start watching the NBA when the playoffs kick in. Then we'll be
golf and baseball are on.
Baseball. It'll be the heat of baseball. Absolutely. Heat of baseball. AG, real quick, how'd your event go this past weekend, man?
I say it went okay. A lot of it. What's up?
It was the first one, though, right?
Yeah, first one of many. We had a few guys that canceled at the last minute, so I ended up playing against the online, just random people online, like a regular lobby of people on that, and 2K and MLB The Show hit a home run. I'll say that. That was good. I played with the Brewers. I had a fan in the chat was like, "Hey man, where's the Wisconsin teams?" Because I played 2K. I played with Boston. No, I played with Cleveland since they're the best team in the league. I was like, at least give myself a shot to try to win this game because I don't play a whole lot of 2K, but I will be now. And then I was like, yeah, I'll play with the Brewers. And one of their players knocked it out for me, 1-2-0 and some online gameplay. So I was actually excited to one game online and actually play very well. So there you go. But no, we got more game. We got another event coming up next in 2 months, May 17th. And it will be fighting games. So Street Fighter, Tekken, I'm thinking Super Smash Brothers right now. So that's on Saturday, May 17th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll send the same invite out to all guys and ladies who want to play, have some fun, talk a little trash, play some, like I said, some Tekken, some Street Fighter or Smash Brothers. Hey, be my guest. That's what we're going to do. I'll try to is T-Far okay? Because every time I hit him up about it, he never texts me back.
He was sick this weekend.
Okay.
That's no excuse because he can text.
Right. I've texted him several times. And so I haven't heard back from him. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm trying to get more guys in. I know Nick, you're a gamer too. So if you want to jump in on a Wednesday with me on some Mario Kart, or on a Saturday, another one Saturday for some 2K or maybe college football.
That's more my speed.
Yeah, then let me know. Just send me. I know you're a busy man though. You got college, you got high school basketball this week and next week. So
yeah. Raff said he would play Super Smash, so he'll sign up.
I only play Dig Dug.
Yeah, Super Smash.
There's no Dig Dug. That's why I can't help you with that.
And too much movement for Raff. He's not quick enough.
That Pac-Man was hard last or 2 weekends ago. I still can't believe how fast those ghosts were. Unreal.
Go ahead, Raff.
They get pumped up.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to two gentlemen, Jeff Barclay and Scott Ritter. It is their birthday week this week. They had a big birthday party Saturday night. I was unable to attend it. Right. And these two, pillars of Lincoln, two great guys. Raff's Good Take. I mean, that's what they are. They are Raff's Good Takes. I think they're Raff's roadies too. So
yes,
I just wanted to wish a very happy birthday to both of them and hope they have a great week. I think Scott's is tomorrow and Jeff's is later this week. So you guys are both Raff's Good Take.
Barclay and Ritter, you guys, and like you mentioned, Pillars, the name of the restaurant group, Pillars Restaurant Group. Solid guys, solid families. Love you both to death. Enjoy. Welcome to 50s. Welcome to 50s. Also, a shout out to our former Tusker teammate, Eric Warfield. His birthday is today. E-Dub turns 49 today. I was texting him back this morning. E-Dub is 49. Talking about a freak of nature athlete, regardless of what he did, he was good at it. So happy birthday to you, E-Dub. Love you, little bro. The 80 attitude adjustment, folks. Got a little reading here that I love this quote. I saw it this morning. It says, there is a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. I love that quote right there. And I'm going to share that. I'll be out tomorrow. I'll be in Syracuse, New York. Speaking for the New York PGA segment, Professional Golf Association of Eastern and Western New York. So I'll be in Syracuse. So I'm going to share that quote tomorrow.
News to me. No, I'm kidding. You told me last Thursday. You're good. That's just the bit that I have to do. I have to act like nobody tells me anything.
Hey, Cigar Guy goes there. Good guys to work for. Appreciate it, Cigar Guy. Crowbait says, love it. Hey, Genie, last words, my man.
Oh, yeah. I got a quick quote here. It says, have a vision of excellence, a dream of success, and work like hell.
There it is.
Love it. Love it.
20 seconds, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, be nice to each other today, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, I'm Jake from Lexington.
I'm Ellen from Ogallala.
My name's Ray from Sydney.
Hello, I'm Jenny from McCook.
Ryan from Lincoln here.
And I'm Steve from Omaha.
And we've all got one thing in common.
We all love trucks.
Which means we all want to win one of the 8th grade 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery.
So I guess that means we have two things in common.
Well, I love playing Trucks and Bucks.
3 things in common.
And we're all from Nebraska.
Sounds like 4.
And I think the gray color of the trucks this year is beautiful.
5 things.
Guys, I just want to go to a Nebraska Lottery retailer, buy some tickets, and start playing today.
There's 6.
I like turnips.
I guess we stop at 6.
Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch ticket, is back. Top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
MWA Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln Friday night, March 7th at the First Avenue Social Hall. And in Beatrice at the Beatrice Auditorium on Saturday night, March 8th at 7 p.m. Don't miss 2 huge shows. Visit Facebook.com/MWA Pro Wrestling for more information. Tickets are on sale for both events. Friday night, March 7th, 7:30 p.m. First Avenue Social Hall in Lincoln. Saturday night, March 8th at the Beatrice Auditorium, 7 p.m. Brought to you by 10 Pins Fun Center, Felipe Electric, and Stone Hollow Brewing Company.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift, it's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys, you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays,